Hi, it's Marianne with a scrapbooking process video. Today I used the Studio Calico June scrapbooking kit called Galileo. I know there's lots of buzz out there about Studio Calico lately. They've changed their website and their whole subscription process. I fell for their $5 start a subscription promo, and basically it started with this kit, and I had to have it because it had that pink and black paper that I'm using in this kit. I made my decision. I'm going to live with it. It's fine. It's only a 6-month commitment for me, and I will use up their kits. So that pink and black paper right there with the polka dots on it, I fell in love with it, and my daughter had just gone away for the weekend, and her t-shirt was pink and black, so I knew I wanted to have this kit. So anyway, I just took a piece of black cardstock, and I cut out the middle. I don't often do that, but with a black piece of cardstock, I tend to do that just because I know I'll use the inside, and I do end up using that little piece just to mat the photo. And then the dot paper I cut a half an inch off of two sides, and then when you layer it on top of the solid cardstock, that gives you a 1/4 of an inch border all the way around. Those die cuts are also from the kit. So I went through the little die cuts. I pulled out what I thought I would use, and I also pulled out the stamps that came with the kit, and I don't know if these letters came. They're from We Are Memory Keepers. I don't know if those came with the kit. I feel like I might have pulled them out of somewhere else. I can't remember. And then I pulled out some Dear Lizzie die cuts that I hadn't opened. I haven't been scrapbooking that much. I've just been working a lot, and usually I just get a page a week done because I'm in a challenge to do at least one page a week. And that's really all I've had time for. And I have had no time to do process videos, so I'm happy that this one was done and uploaded. Once I moved my my setup to record, I just wasn't able to get it back over into my space in the right way, and then I just needed to make a page quick and couldn't play with the camera. So there's another page I've done. I just flipped it over. I'm gonna go through all these Dear Lizzie die cuts and see anything that's pink. I really love pink and black. I guess that is a product of growing up in the 80s. I was a teenager in the 80s, in the first half of the 80s. So, sometimes my hairstyle is still stuck in the 80s, as my friends can attest. No, it's not that bad, but you know what I mean. So I pulled out a few die cuts, and I'm going to try to make some of these die cuts work. Some will, some won't. And I really love the one heart that says this on it. It's got some gold in it. That came from the Studio Calico kit. So, and the smile came from Dear Lizzie. So then I got the idea that I will glue all the die cuts on black paper and then fussy cut them out, which I don't mind doing, but my eyesight isn't as good as it once was. But so I do this for the smile, and then the smile just doesn't end up on the page. I kept trying to make it work, but it just doesn't. But the other die cuts that I pick and fussy cut, those end up working out. So it turns out that little piece of black that I saved out of the back of that cardstock, I matted the photo with it, and then I matted all the little pieces with it. So that was good. I just tend to always, I run out of black cardstock and white cardstock the fastest. And the colored cardstock, I don't really care if I use up the whole sheet. I'm happy if I do. But black, I just always end up cutting out the back. Not always, but most of the time. So I think the butterfly came from the Dear Lizzie die cuts. And that makes it on the page. Yeah, and that was a Studio Calico one, the one that said heart this. It's a heart with this on it. And I liked it just above the photo because I printed 2 small photos on my selfie. Speaking of the photos, my daughter, the title is called Girls FLI. she belongs to this club where we live, and they had a fundraiser. And so the pictures are her meeting Patricia Arquette and the fashion designer Donna Karen. And so there was a fundraiser in Southampton, and so it was just like, very exciting that she got to meet these women. And it's like a very girls empowering kind of club that she belongs to. So there I am, fussy cutting the butterfly. I still have a thing for butterflies. I don't know, I think they just belong on every page. But this one, the title ends up looking like Girls Fly, F-L-I, so maybe that's appropriate on here. These sticker letters, I think these ones actually came with the Studio Calico kit. And they're vinyl. So when you pull them off the sheet, they're a little tricky. They want to, they're thin vinyl, so they want to stick to each other. So I know what my title wants, what I want my title to look like. So I'm just going to measure it out and see if I'm going to like it. I mean, it's a pretty simple page. I just stuck to the pink and the black. There's some white in there and the gold. So the camera had stopped recording, but I didn't notice. And I had stamped a little bit that said, I think it says this is awesome or something. And of course, when I stamped it, I got a black line of ink from my acrylic block right across the page. Don't I always? So, I always plan it out carefully and stamp it first to make sure I'm going to like it on a scrap piece of paper, and then when I go to do my final thing, I've always over-inked and there's a little line on my block. Almost every time. That's okay. I mean, it really is just going to go in my scrapbook. Nobody's going to grade me on my neatness. But I do take those, it's like a black star with some gold in it from the Studio Calico kit, and I do try to cover up what I've done, because every time I look at the page, I'll probably look over there. And those little gems I'm using are from an old Studio Calico card kit, I think. And so I just knew I wanted, instead of enamel dots, I thought I'd use the gems, because once I thought of them in my head, then I went in search of them. So I'm going to do 2 pink, and then I'm going to use, it's like a yellowish color that would kind of look like gold. So I'll have 3 down in one corner and 3 up in the other corner. And then the 2 pink stars came from the Dear Lizzie, I believe, and then the black star, I think, was Studio Calico. So I'm just using a few pop dots. I popped up all the die cuts after I fussy cut them. So the smile just doesn't work on this page. And my title's pretty plain, but I knew I wanted something in that little spot, and it was summer. It did take place in June. So that little word summer came from the Studio Calico kit, so I just fussy cut that around, put on some black, cut it out, and I don't think I popped up that. No, I don't think I did. And then it was kind of floating there, so I felt like I needed to ground it a little bit. So I looked through my washi tape, and this is my usual go-to one. It's I think it came from Bella Boulevard. It's just this nice pink stripe one, but it just wasn't the right pink. So I went back to the drawing board and found a different washi tape, which was a little bit more vibrant and thicker. It needed more of a contrast behind it. And the journaling, I had bought a pack of Project Life, Becky Higgins Project Life cards on clearance in Michael's. They're just plain grids. And I don't do Project Life. I did it for 1 year. And I have a lot of photos from that year. So I'm still scrapbooking those photos separately also. And it was fun, but 1 year was enough for me. So I don't do traditional Project Life, though. More and more pocket scrapbooking is kind of appealing to me, so at some point I'm sure I'm going to, because I have all the page protectors and everything. At some point I think I'm just going to do a few layouts like that, maybe. So I just layered the washi tape. I double layered it there, laid it down, and then I'm just going to put that summer right on top of there. Oh, I did pop it up. There you go. And I'm pretty sure that's my whole page. There's not a lot else going on. There's a close-up where you can see my little stamping mistake. That's okay. Please don't grade me. And there's a close-up of it. So I hope you find some time to scrapbook today, and thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate any thumbs ups, any comments, and I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye.